We got into our little boutique bed and breakfast and had to switch rooms. Oh gosh. I knew it was too good to be true for the price I was paying. But now it's absolutely gorgeous. We're just walking down historic Avignon, seeing where the light is. We found out where we're going to get our COVID test. Walking distance. And pretty much we found that the best light is going to be in the afternoon on these some of the churches and the palace. So we're just going to scout right now and find lunch. This is the Palace of the Pope. We'll learn more history about it. So we're looking at the poster and hoping that there is a exhibition of this. It's quite beautiful. So I want to, I want to see. We'll Google it. So this is obviously telling you what's happening. Museums Municipal. So we'll Google it. But that's a beautiful drawing.
Show these people. It's a beautiful place.
I know. Going through this little cavern in between the palace and I guess this building. And it's so amazing. Everywhere you go, you see church steeples. I'm making Scott stand there so you can see how cool this little courtyard is. We're trying to kind of walk around the palace and check out the light. The sun is coming from this direction, so we have to wait for the sun to change and hit the front of the palace in the afternoon. So, Yves Michel Bachette. Huh, I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah, it's probably a street sign. Okay. It's hard to paint buildings when you're this close to them. It's such a vertical. We're just following people through little alleyways, and we saw a really quaint little cafe on the backside of the palace. But now we realize that we have to walk up all these stairs. Oh, okay. Not sure how we got so low. How did we get this low? All right. Yep. All right, Scott, you lead the way.
Okay.
It's very nice back here. There's a nice breeze. I'm changing my mind. We finally made it up the, I'm gonna say 1,000 stairs. And there's a park over here. All the way over here, there's a park.
Huge gardens over there.
But it's in the midday, so it's a little hot. But look at that beautiful, how they've redone that. We're coming back from where tourists never tread.
Street.
So we found a bench here in the shade. And so I could sit right here and do a painting of this church in the afternoon. This would be an afternoon painting because the sun will be hitting the side of it to the right. Oh, and the little street coming forward. That would be charming. With those little old ladies with their giant skirts, even perfect. We see a whole bunch of police coming down. Maybe from a picnic. And it's a beautiful sculpture. I think it's 1939 to 1945, so it commemorates, memorializes, World War II. There's, I think, the Museum of Medieval stuff over there. Holy cow. How did we get here?
Got my own food.
Okay. Alright, this looks neat. We walked through the park just behind the palace and that church. And this is about, it's in the evening, so it's about, I don't know, what time is it, Scott? And we see a little, okay, it's exactly 7 o'clock, and you see that little castle across the way. And these views and vistas, and there's another little tower. And you can look down over the Avignon Bridge, the famous bridge that I'm sure they have all these wires here so that people don't jump off. But the views are gorgeous. This park is charming. I think we have officially fallen in love with Avignon. Oh, I've been scouting spots in case we ever do a class. I've been thinking about, well, okay, we could paint here. Oh, a bunch of people can paint there. You know, all these different places that you can get a class and have easy access. And what does it look like, what time of day, and all that stuff. It's a walled city, so you see the gate. Scott said that it is about 3 miles if you walk around the walled city. So
That's called Fort Saint Andre.
Oh, Fort Saint Andre. Oh my gosh, everywhere is just charming. It's just really charming. We've walked 20 feet and all of a sudden we've come across this view. So you see the church steeple with all these vines in the foreground. What a neat view. And the golden symbol above the church over there. We found this town to be very quiet in general. Obviously the historic part you can't really walk. But even the streets where there are some cars, they're very, very quiet. And then you can see that kind of castle in the distance.
Well, this is really cool.
Oh, so this is the overlook. Oh, there's our hotel. Okay, next to these little white umbrellas, that nondescript door that doesn't tell you it's a hotel. It's like a boutique hotel, an apartment. Oh yeah, no, this is a lovely area up here. It's so peaceful. No tourists really. 'Cause it seems like the tourists come in on tour buses and they have to stop outside of town. So what happens is, I think the tour buses stop at the famous Avignon Bridge, and then they get on these little touristy cars, and then they go around the city, they shop, they have lunch, and then they have to be back to their tourist buses by 4. So it'll be interesting to see what the town looks like at 4. You can see that there were paintings up there that have faded, and this big medieval doorway. You definitely feel like you're like underground. The walls obviously have not been restored, so it looks very, very barren. Everything's pretty dark. Oh, look at this. It's like behind a gate. You definitely feel like a prison vibe. So beautiful. I love it when stained glass is very low and you can really see it. It looks very regal, almost like a opera house, with these sort of balconies that have been bricked up. Maybe in the past they used to have places for people to sit. All the wishes on top of that cask. Oh, that's beautiful. It's very kind of Romanesque almost. Very, whatever you call it. You know, like important government buildings. Oh, and then the sun coming through the stained glass and hitting that wall. Cherubs and florets on the ceiling. I love how every church is a little different. Very fancy. With the crown above. Oh, and it's pretty. But small. It's much smaller inside than you think. This is like a little side chapel. Oh my gosh, gigantic paintings. They've obviously used to hang somewhere and now are much lower. See how they're just resting them almost on the ground, which is rare. To be able to see these big paintings so close. Now this is where it's ornate. Yeah. Oh. Things are just hidden. Sculpture of Benoit, or Benoit, the 12th. Pope, 1334 to 1342. The palace next door, a lot of the dates were all from the mid-1300s also. I guess this was their heyday when the center of the church was here. Look at that beautiful marble. It's like wallpaper. It's all kind of in parquet or, inlaid kind of stuff. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but it makes it really, really beautiful in here. The painting is quite nice behind Jesus. It's nice too. Oh. Doesn't want to get. It's getting quiet. That is our hotel door right there. It's so funny. Not only is Alan sweet, but look at, he has a beautiful kitty that lives in the courtyard. Oh, this is a perfect place. Now we're moving to our new room, our bed and breakfast room, which is just over there in that corner. What a charming courtyard. You could definitely have a model in here. So we'll see if the door's open or go find Alain. We'll see. No? God, look at those little stairs. Look at those little stairs. Oh my God. Oh, the key's in the door. Here it is. Our sweet little bed and breakfast room. It's a little, turn the light on. A little fireplace. Scott's gonna have a surprise at how tiny the room is. But it's actually much nicer when you can open this door. See, look. Isn't that beautiful now? Now, that air. Oh, it's a pretty mirror. Turn some lights on. I love all the eclectic. We turn this light on. Okay. We'll figure it out, and then the little bathroom's in there. It's nice that we can actually walk through this door to get into our room. It is charming. It has air conditioning. This is perfectly fine. Let's watch Scott walk through the door. Anticipation. Hello! It's nice having this door to the garden.
It is nice.
We're sitting in the little walled garden, and Alan came and gave us this beautiful, like, little frisée. Look at this. This is like ice. Kathy Anderson would love that. Alan, every single thing is antique. Like, every single thing. And he only has 3 things for rent. Our bedroom, which is right there, another bedroom, and then the apartment that we just saw that has 2 bedrooms. And this sweet kitty, Alan said that it came with the house. He bought this 10 years ago. And I said the kitty just came with the garden. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, you're such a good kitty. Yes. And he says that she doesn't really want to come inside his house. So right next door are some young children, and the kitty sleeps with the young children in their bedroom. Isn't that fun? And then comes out here and has a perfect little yard. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, we gotta clean that little tears from your eyes. Oh. Oh. Oh, you're so sweet. You've got a good life. Protected, yeah. That's so sweet. Then,
Little meow.
did he get a little meow?
He did get a little.
I guess it's a girl. But it's lovely. I don't know, it's probably about 6:45, 7 o'clock. Perfect weather. We got a kitty.
7:17.
Oh, 7:17. We got nuts and a little bit of frisée. And we got a beautiful yard. Alan is such an amazing host. We get a kitty in the garden. And look at what he did. Organic ham, goat cheese, butter, marmalade, eggs, coffee. Everything, like I said, is an antique. Oh my gosh, so lovely. Right outside our bedroom door. Perfect place to stay if you want to come to Avignon. We took a hard nap. Oh my gosh, a very hard nap. And Scott decided to go do a painting because he's professional. I had to drag myself out. Oh my gosh. The building that we're sleeping in is so old. I mean, it's quirks, the funness. Oh my gosh, this totally looks like a fairy tale. Scott, I have no idea how to lock our door. There was an actual key in our door. I don't know how to lock our room. Yeah, there was an actual key in the door. I could lock it from the inside, so when I took it out to lock it from the outside, it didn't seem to fit. Or maybe I'm just an idiot.
I'll take a look at it.
It doesn't really matter. I think it's pretty safe. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like you can't even tell how to get in there.
Not too
A
many
secret
people in there.
hidden little passageway. But yeah, it's pretty quiet. 4 o'clock. So Scott is literally just taking some charcoal and just kind of getting the big shapes.
I'm looking up so high that usually I'll straighten these lines out. And here I like the looking up, so I'm actually, putting in the actual perspective that I see when I hold my pencil up. And so it gives that like kind of skyscraper effect because of the perspective. So it's kind of interesting to do.
So it's about what, 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and so every half hour it's just going to get a little bit more dramatic.
I'll probably just work an hour and a half maybe at the most. The sun's gonna hit, it starts going up. And I could start another one with the very top light, but I'm definitely
Well, I mean, look at the church over there to the left, Scott, though.
yeah.
It's like you could literally stay in this exact same spot and just do the painting of the church because the light will just get more and more dramatic.
This stuff's I know this stuff's gonna get warmer and warmer as the sun goes down, so I'm blocking it in a little bit warmer. And but I'll come back probably at least 1, maybe 2 times on this. Just work like an hour and a half or so. Come back when the light's the same.
And we're literally right in front of our front door.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little quiet courtyards, places where people are having dinner, and then there's usually these courtyards with the umbrellas are near churches. So you can usually find a place to sit and do the cafe or actually sit in the cafe and look out. So Scott kept all the grays from last week, the workshop. These colors on the right here are just grayed versions of red and green and yellow and gray. Gives him a ton of convenience colors. You're not really using any mineral spirits, right? It's pretty dry.
Like I'm just covering this stuff, and I'll go back into it with thicker paint.
But it's not washy. It's kind of like a sticky paint. I mean, it's...
Yeah, some of this stuff I'm not really using mineral spirits, just maybe the tiniest bit. Some of these things, the grays have dried a little bit, so I'll use a little bit in them to just make it a little more fluid. But the paint that's straight out of the tube, I don't need to do that with because it has enough oil in it.
Yeah, and if you wanted to paint people, you would just take a little snapshot with your camera, and it's really just the people are like little blobs, just to show proportion of the church, but just a blob. No details. They'll probably be in shade. We went into the palace, and it's really just historical recordings you get to see in the rooms, but there's no furniture. It's just, they tell you history on these sort of like iPad things. But you get to go out into this garden. So this is where the kind of the area, the private garden of the popes. Anyway, it's nice to see. I guess it's just the thing to do here. But unfortunately, there's like no furniture so far that we have seen. I've never seen artichokes in the wild. Isn't that fun? Oh my gosh. So a guard saw that we were confused and led us to this tower, which we're going to go do the second floor. We thought we had to leave, but we don't. The stair was so exciting for the kids because it was so steep and narrow. We weren't able to film in the rooms that were painted and were half restored. But this is amazing. No furniture. I mean, this castle and all the things that they were talking about was in the 1300s. This is Le Pointe de Innocent of Pope VI. They're obviously building kind of like an auditorium so that they can have performances with all the chairs up there. So artists are restoring the murals on the walls. As we go through with an iPad, they would show us what the replicas of the wall paintings were in the paintings, but I wonder if they're using like infrared to see if there's something that they can really tell the outlines of figures and stuff. It's very slow work. These restorers are women, and I've noticed that in the past when I watch TV shows, that it's women who do this type of work. We saw the poster of the beautiful drawing on the main street, and so we're going to go see this museum. So this museum is a city museum, and it's free, and we know just from walking in that it's worth it more than the palace. Look at that little baby. I don't know, be swaddled or being crucified. This was the drawing that we saw on the poster. We're thinking maybe she might be the person who lived here or started the collection. Just the paintings in the stairwell are just worth it. Oh my God, I could tell just by turning my head. I'm gonna try and get some better shots. Clement Brune. Beautiful market scene. Oh wow. It's very big. It's life size. make lots of noise. There's not a lot of light in here, so I'm hoping that my camera will focus. But at least there's no strong spotlights. Oh, that one's kind of hard. I'm gonna have to get to the side. I don't know if my video camera is doing this justice. Look at the shadows in here. Oh my gosh, look at the shadows. I think the guard must be looking at me like a nut. Like, why is she doing this? I know. It's the pretty stuff that's always good. Oh, look at this little one. It's very pink, so I don't know if the camera is showing it. Very muted, obviously a very gray day. Okay. So they have furniture and, antiques to kind of show you what this has. And squeaky floors. But I can't get close to this, but look at that beautiful little portrait. I wonder if it's the owner. Maybe he was married to that pretty girl down the stairs. That's nice. I would say that's about a 9 by 12. So it's actually quite small. So they have this room kind of blocked off because they have all kinds of... Oh, there's a pretty drawing. Maybe that's the drawing. I wonder what we saw on the stairs. I wonder if it was like a copy or just another one of this woman. She had to be the wife. But some other beautiful drawings on the walls. That one looks very Russian-y. I love the hair or the hat or whatever she's wearing. I know. Scott's taking pictures of this medieval staircase.
I love this.
Look at that. So cool. This is a pretty uneven staircase with not the safest of handrails. I keep laughing. I think, these nice guards who sit here all day, and every moment this is treacherous kind of. I'm going very slow. Every single time we turn the hallway, we're like, oh, that must be the room of the library. It's like Americans going, ooh la la, ooh la la. Okay. So I shouldn't be videoing and doing this because these stairs are so worn that the middles of them are 2 inches lower.
I love that.
Scott's taking funny photos of the little old lady guards watching us with their hands on their hips. Oh This would be such a neat courtyard to paint in. Look at this. Oh, look at this pot. I love it. Hey, that's nice. We saw some beautiful paintings. This would be neat to have a model sit in here. I'm sure if we stayed here long enough, we'd get to know the people and then ask them, you know. Usually people are very, very, very open to stuff like that. And now you show them your work and you say, I'd like to paint in here, and they'd be fine. Well, it's fun. Every single time you go someplace, it's like, look at this neat little courtyard, just leaving this museum. And this is the little alleyway, a little dead end. We're in the Musée du Petit Palais. It's a medieval museum right next door to that church. And it's nice because it's free. Well, at least to tourists. Beautiful stuff. It's neat to get ideas from these kind of Gothic paintings about design. So this was painted, I can tell, in wood. So they etched the golden rays with like a blade of some kind. And the sun's around the angels. It's a beautiful building. It's just fun to see how, oh, so this is talking, it's all in French, but they're talking about like the colors and the pigments they used and the, you know, the process of it. We're in a big, big room. Oh, so this is what's that? Oh, maybe it's rabbit skin glue. No, that's that. And that's gold leaf. Showing you a little rabbit's foot. Oh, that's that. Squirrel. Oh no, squirrel and feathers. Us artists are just, oh, look at that. How they cut through with that little tool. Oh. That little piercing tool. Oh, probably this is how they transferred the designs.
Yeah.
You see that little pinpricks?
Holes through the drawing and then they dust down the charcoal
Yep.
on top.
So that's paper, and they have a charcoal drawing on top, and then they would do the little pinpricks and create these little sort of, what are these called?
Templates?
Templates, yeah. To create like the motifs. And the pigments, the colors, yeah, to be able to get such a perfect outline. This is unusual. Look at this. It's like an emaciated person. That is creepy. So it's almost like someone who has like all their flesh is sort of dried away. Oh, so that's a cardinal. Jean de Lagrange. Yikes. I love going to museums like this to see frames. Frames in different unusual shapes. think this looks so much like a Klimt. It really, really does. I bet you he was inspired by that. This is a wood board that's framed like a floater frame. The spotlight is creating a lot of glare, but oh, they have this gorgeous, like turquoise paint. It's a little hard to see with the lights on it, but you could probably tell this was very rare. This museum is amazing. I was just telling Scott that I'm going to run out of video. Sometimes when you get the spotlight, I want to get the real colors because these blues are so beautiful. Oh, look at those cows. Oh, this is lovely. And her dress. This museum, Calvet, is a free city museum. It's humongous. And we just stumbled upon this by strolling down the street. And look what I came across. A stuffed peacock just on the stairs. I mean, what an interesting thing to do. There is so much art in here. Holy cow. It's amazing that the free museums are better than the ones you pay. I mean, what a big surprise. Okay, let's go and see what's in here. Oh my god, that's kind of nice. That is by a man who painted in the 1700s, Marseille. Oh well, I'm gonna walk around and see if there's any other good stuff to take photos of. This is the same artist that we saw in the other museum with that woman in the big market. These are beautiful, and this one's hung really low, so you can see it. Wow, it's so painterly. So this was painted in 1906. This is the same artist. Remember when we went to that other museum and they had that big market scene at the top of the stairs?
Oh.
But it was hard to see because it was so high. Isn't it? So this is by Gerard Clement.
1906.
Oh my gosh, it's so... Yeah. I mean, yeah, look at that gorgeous texture. Salon, oh my gosh, you know, this is lovely. I love it. Does it say, oh, it's painted in Avignon. It is. We are always astonished at artists that we find that we've never heard of. And they're so superior. This is just a lucky thing. We're walking down the street. Saw the sign of the museum. Asked somebody if it was a city museum. City museums are free. Would you recommend? No. So Thursday at 4:45 p.m.
No, but you have to press on the link.
I know, but they haven't sent it to me. Let's see.
Turn on your data, maybe.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, you got it.
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Okay.
Should we? Well, now it's done. Portugal.
Of course, the airlines decided that they didn't have enough time in between for the crew, and so we can't get our COVID test this morning because it has to be 24 hours before to go to the United States. So we're going to have to get it at the airport, which you make a reservation for. So it's kind of interesting to learn, but fortunately we have this wonderful
So we go up here
helper.
and then we have to go through there.
And this is probably the place I would recommend more than anywhere else. It's just absolutely lovely.
I mean, we're staying in an airport hotel, so we can always.
Sue. Getting your test.
Whoa.
You want tissue?